Hello, everybody. So I'm going to be channeling owl consciousness. This is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I've been seeing owls everywhere. So I'm gonna get ready to do that. I have a new camera, but I need to get a memory card. But I am very close to being able to put out higher quality videos, which is nice. Alright. I wanted to do this at night, but I was told that it's better to do it while the animal is actually unconscious. So because they're nocturnal, they'd be really active and kind of busy at night and not really have a lot of time to communicate. And now they're resting and in a dream state as it is. So I will be doing this in the daytime, even though it's about owls. I'm going to try and write down a few things that I feel like are important for me to remember about this experience. So, okay. Silence is a greater gift than most of you realize. I think that by narrowing down the stimulus, you will achieve greater harmony. Your brain does not need to be constantly receiving things as it is already given by nature. If you stop to listen to your own heartbeat, or the wind, or crickets, or birds, the crunch of the ground and the rain, then you will understand what it is that has the rest of us so entertained. While you look upon your technology, we find that it disallows you from understanding your experience on a more personal level, and it inhibits creativity. This is not to say that all consumption of media has a negative impact, but overconsumption of any type will clog your systems. It is much like when one uses a calculator and forgets how to do basic math. By constantly relying on other people to keep us entertained, which in turn is inspiration, motivation. These two things are what keep us very alive, if you would understand. And many of us rely on external visions to achieve this within ourselves when we are fully capable of doing this on your own. You may wonder why many animals are able to sit in a still position for hours on end. They are not unintelligent, as many have assumed about birds and other mammals. We have projector screens in our brains and third eyes that we are able to see the reality around us with a different kind of clarity and purpose. There is a depth, and we can stretch our beings. Owls, many of us bird animals, understand how to shapeshift using the mind, and we are much more intelligent than you would believe us to be. We can see all, at every moment. Every inch and molecule of our reality is being experienced to its fullest. Can you say that about yourself? This is not to be in judgment. However, it is meant to make you think. Is there anything in your life where you could create more space, more awareness? Perhaps put the phone down and walk out into nature. Even for 5 minutes, you will see the brain downloads happening and integrating within every cell of your body. Please. We have observed much over the years. We are very patient, kind, and happy. We do not mind this earth life. To us, we seem to be mostly at the top of the food chain. Thus, it is quite easy to exist dominantly without fear of survival, except in extreme circumstances. However, we are doing a very good job of keeping ourselves alive and do not seem at danger at this time, which many are not able to say, though we are able to say that, and there is comfort in this. We are proud of ourselves as a species. We wish for you, if you see us living in your human spaces, to attempt to connect, yes. However, please give us space and allow us to live our lives the way that we wish to live them. We know how to live them. Humans often fault in the fact that they believe animals are helpless and do not know how to exist. However, they have existed for much longer than you have. And this is very funny to us. When it comes to animals such as dogs and certain animals that have been bred in captivity, whether that be avian, aquatic, or reptilian, or amphibian, there are certain exceptions to this, as they have now been conditioned to survive within a human world, which is very different. However, for the rest of us that exist in the wild, we do know how to do this. Cats are able to integrate back into this, which is why they were not included in this discussion. Many farm animals would be okay, though providing sanctuaries for them would help. Many of us live in barns in these situations so that we can communicate with many different kinds of species. This is interesting to us. We love to communicate. We have much knowledge, very much energy to pour into anyone who is receptive to it at any time, should you wish to be. We are an open book for you. Many of us have been projected as wisdom keepers. Perhaps we are a bit nerdy. However, listen, it is no coincidence that we have been perceived this way over time, because we are in fact very intelligent, and this comes across simply through our body language, as many of us are not communicated with on a psychic level, but it is very easy for us to do so. We understand the barriers between different types of language and how to permeate and integrate any kind of translation and differences between you and I, you see? We are capable of doing this. While there are many subdivisions of our species, we are able to come together as a collective. And when we see one another, we have a great amount of respect and admiration. We are very ancient beings. And we stand in awe of our power at each and every moment, and this gives us immense bliss. We enjoy being alive, and this is something you could learn from, dear humans. Many of you are not fully understanding your reason for being here and are resisting happiness, though this is mostly the reason we have come to be. There are many reasons, though. When in emotional alignment, everything is flowing correctly. We are not meant to be in distress or sad. However, fear has its place in survival only. If you are fine, there is no reason for fear. It is a biological indicator in order to keep us alive, and in that sense, it is valid. However, in every circumstance, it should really be dropped because it tells the body that you are in danger. If you are not truly in danger, there is no reason to feel this. And while many of you feel that you do not have control over your emotions, believe us that you do. Our brains are constructed differently from the human life form. We do not have the same cortex in front. However, many of you are given headaches. Many of you overuse this portion of your brain. The older, more ancient aspects of your physical brain wish to be activated as well. Overconsumption of media, technology, the eyes, thinking, visualizing. This has been very highlighted in your current society. Please use your ears, your senses. Even deprive yourself of the senses. Remove the stimulus. In silence, you will find the truth. This is what we wish to say to you. The biggest word that I'm picking up here is silence. That was the first and last message to come through. So also darkness. This idea of closing yourself off from sensory input so that you can really connect with yourself on an internal level. There were a lot of very clear feelings. This is the clearest channel I've ever had. It was much easier than the other ones, for me at least. I don't know whether that's because owls are really good at communicating, which seems correct, but I'm going to write down silence before I forget. So that was very clear and very interesting and very lovely for me. I hope that you guys enjoyed that experience. I think that the eagle wants to come through at one point or another, but if any of you guys have specific suggestions, feel free to do that. I made a video about video requests, and I don't want to close myself off to suggestions and stuff like that, which is what I feel like happens. So please just feel free to open and tell me whatever you want in the comments, and I have the discretion to choose which I am available to do and which I'm not. So thank you very much for tuning in.